Lucci invades Egghead Island, and Kuma suddenly goes berserk and disappears. One Piece episode 1098 explodes with updates as the Straw Hat Pirates are in the junkyard on Egghead Island. Vegapunk is telling the four of them the legend of this mechanical giant. It is still unclear what his purpose is in attacking the celestial dragons. It is said that this guy didn't cause massive destruction because he lacked energy. The world has issued an order to completely abandon it, but the scientists secretly hid it here. After saying so much, Vegapunk wants to know how they stumbled upon the entrance. Luffy is also confused, as they accidentally ended up here. While Luffy and Vegapunk are talking, the other members of the Straw Hat crew are listening to their conversation through the screen. At this moment, Robin suddenly remembers 200 years ago, during the period when the fishmen were discriminated against, the ancient mechanical giant climbed onto the Red Line continent. Are the two related? Shaka reveals that the robot that just brought the Sunny to the island was modeled after the mechanical giant. However, there are still many things on it that cannot be replicated. Frankie is very surprised to hear this. What kind of scientific technology that even Vegapunk can't solve could it be? Shaka tells him it is a power source. In the past, there existed a power that could change the world. Compared to Frankie and Robin's curiosity about science and history, Nami is more concerned about Luffy's safety. She breathes a sigh of relief when she sees that he is okay, but she notices that there is a girl next to Luffy. Usopp realizes that it is Bonnie. Sanji finds it strange because she was just a child when they were on the sea. The scene returns to Luffy's side, and Bonnie wakes up from her previous shock. Vegapunk feels guilty for doing something bad to Bonnie. Luffy scolds Vegapunk and tells him to kneel and apologize. However, Vegapunk doesn't linger with Luffy for too long. He looks at Bonnie and says that he has something that he needs to personally give to her. Then, he looks at Luffy with a serious expression and makes a request. "Straw Hat Kid, can you take me off this island?" On the other side, the CP0 warship enters the waters near Egghead Island. A mechanical sea creature has already been destroyed. Lucci, Kaku, and Stussy are standing on the deck and request permission from Vegapunk to land on the island. Their purpose for this trip is to eliminate the supernova, Bonnie. Nami and Usopp are still scared when they hear Lucci's name, but Sanji immediately turns to comfort Robin. "No matter how many times that guy comes, I will protect you." Should I say it or not? Sanji's chivalrous spirit always gives the ladies an inexplicable sense of security. However, Shaka issues an unexpected order, telling the CP0 to return the Archangel and leave quickly, and to prepare for battle and refuse entry to ships from the world. A big battle is about to take place on this island. At the same time, on the other side of the sea on the island of the Okama, the Revolutionary Army's Southern Army commander is trying to calm down Kuma. His injured body has not been repaired yet, but the tyrant Kuma does not listen to advice. He seems to be attracted by some kind of voice. The companions beside him are also very anxious. They don't know what happened to Kuma. Suddenly, Kuma drags his severely injured body and runs towards the coast. Despite Kureha's constant calls from behind, Kuma does not respond at all. Dragon and Ivankov watch their former good friend fall into such a state, and they feel heartbroken. They call out their brother's name over and over again. "Stay with us, Kuma." With the trembling voice of Dragon, Kuma raises his palm and touches his own body, and finally disappears under the gaze of his companions. No one knows where he went. On the other side of Egghead Island, Vegapunk is using a communication device to persuade the CP0 to leave. He tells them that they just need to leave the Seraphim there and they can go back. Lucci thought that his true purpose had been exposed. Over the past few months, several CP memberships have disappeared in the nearby waters, and none have returned. Vegapunk says that he also doesn't know, but he can confirm that all the ships that came here have set sail. Compared to the patient Vegapunk, Lilith is not used to Lucci's attitude. She gets angry and shouts into the phone. The CP0 on the other end of the line taunts him and says, "What a joke. I let you in, and now you want to investigate?" Lucci sees that the other party is determined not to let them in, so they can only forcefully break in. Lucci tells everyone to prepare to abandon ship and use the flying ability of the Seraphim to land. Then return to the junkyard. Luffy hears Vegapunk's request to take him off the island and expresses his confusion. Vegapunk just explains that he wants to popularize free energy worldwide. Obviously, Luffy can't understand such an advanced belief for now. Vegapunk even proposes a grand belief that as long as the abundant energy in the world is converted into power, there will be no more wars in the world. Luffy looks at him blankly, but he can still feel that Vegapunk is helping all of humanity. Vegapunk says that in order to explore the sought-after energy, he must understand this giant machine. Before he finishes speaking, there is a deafening explosion outside, and a fireball rises in the distance. Vegapunk appears nervous and says that he will be silenced by the world, just like the scholars of Ohara. It seems that in the next episode, Luffy will have a real showdown with Lucci.